What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Brian and I'm here today with a little bit of a change of scenery. It is absolutely perfect weather here in California and the UPS driver has just delivered 2 mystery sample backpacks from AZO equipment. Now, if you've been paying attention to this channel, you know that AZO equipment has quickly become one of my favorite custom backpack makers. I have 2 of my favorite packs from them with me here right now. I've got this Red Dawn mystery sample D-Gen backpack. This was a mystery sample pack, but I actually picked it up secondhand from someone, so I knew exactly what it was when I bought it. And then we also have a fully custom Amhara in Ultra, 400TX, and 800. And it's interesting because, you know, every video that I do has my own personal kind of slant to it. My own personal needs is how I evaluate these. And this is a 30-liter pack, and I thought it was going to be too big for what I would normally use it for. As you can see, my trusty camera cube only eats up a little over half of it. But since I've been upgrading my camera gear, I recently had to get a larger gimbal in a DJI Ronin, and it came in this carry case. And I have yet to really pare this down to kind of essentials, but it's a very large gimbal, and you can see now this 30-liter pack has suddenly come in quite handy with my ability to basically do that. And I actually did load this pack out over the weekend, filled it up to the brim. It weighed about 19 pounds, all said and done, but it did the job that I needed it to do flawlessly. So sometimes a pack that suits your needs one day may not be a pack that suits your needs the next day, and vice versa. And that's actually the mindset that I'm going into opening these packs with. I've got a very open mind. I have conversed with AZO kind of ever since I bought my first pack, told them how, you know, I'm really interested in the crazy stuff. I've seen a lot of the samples that they've made. I've been really impressed. That's not to say that every sample is for me. It is a mystery sample. It is random. And I have no idea what is in either of these. I'm really excited. I'm hoping that there's something quirky. I'm hoping there's something that kind of scratches my "this is eclectic" itch, but I'm also hoping for something that's functional and maybe even something that's different than anything that I already have from a functionality perspective. I don't know which one to open first. I don't even know how to go about making that decision. One is heavier than the other, very obviously heavier than the other. I think, just from my experience, heavy means Amhara, light means D-Gen. No idea if that's accurate in this case or not, but I'm gonna go lighter. I'm gonna save the best for last, so to speak. More weight, maybe that's the best, I don't know. But really excited to crack this one open. Let's see what we're working with. Okay, the moment of truth, here we go. This is, as I suspected, the D-Gen. And what kind of D-Gen is it? Ooh. So, I've never seen this material before in person, and I've always been curious about it, and so from a sample backpack perspective, I do believe this is LS42 light skin. It's an X-Pack material, and I've been very, very curious about how it is to touch. This looks like a mini D-Gen, so I'm guessing it's about 16 liters. And pretty cool. I mean, I gotta take a minute to take it all in because it's kind of a dark black pack, but it does have some interesting features to it. So again, on the front, On this smaller panel, we do have the LS42 light skin. Zipper operates nice and smoothly. This front pocket is just that. There's no organization in here, but it is padded to the front, which is nice. There is a foam padding in the front there. Pretty nice sized pocket. You could get, I think, some really nice flat organizers in that front pocket. Into the main compartment. What do we got? Oh, this isn't the main compartment. Okay, so this is inverted from this D-Gen, where the main compartment opens up from the front. This one appears to open from the rear. We'll get to that in a minute. There is another pocket behind the smaller pocket up front. It is fully loop lined to the back panel, and it's a really nice quality loop material. Really durable feeling. On the back side of the front, we have nylon pack cloth. For a liner, we got a pocket up top. Nice size pocket. Just one. Goes down to about there or so. And otherwise, full depth to the bottom. It looks like the bottom, this is interesting. The bottom of the front panel has a kind of rubberized feeling material. I don't know what this is, so AZO, if you're watching this, let me know. Let me know what this material is. It feels very durable. It feels like rubber. It's got a nice texture to it. It feels nice. I don't know what it is though. I've never seen that material before. The rest of it feels like 1000D Kadura, or maybe a mix of 500D and 1000D Kadura. I actually see two different deniers here. I do know they like to use 1000D Kadura when they can. Actually, I might as well just compare it here. I know that this is 1000D Kadura and this looks identical, so I do believe that we have 1000D black Kadura everywhere else throughout this pack. Into the main compartment. As usual, we've got a full clamshell opening, always fantastic, such a joy to use in terms of the openability of this pack. This one is interesting that it opens the opposite direction, so you may want to pack it out like this, flip it over like that. Doesn't really bother me per se, but if I had a personal preference, I think I would go with this setup. I prefer kind of the straps laying flat and the pack coming out this way, if that makes sense. That way you can also fill out this organization, which is really nice. We got two more pockets on this side, and again, very similar to this Red Dawn, they've picked two different materials for the liner. So this is kind of a ripstop looking material in a different shade of gray than that. But very familiar setup to what I've seen with the Red Dawn pack. Really fantastic quality as I've come to expect. In the back side, padded laptop sleeve, and what appears to be possibly, yep, a hydration bladder. No, not a hit. Well, yes, no, yes. Okay, yes, a hydration bladder very similar to this Amhara, as well as a quick access pocket or small hidden pocket in front of that. Again, with the LS42 up top for the closure. All in all, you know, mystery sample packs having kind of this mix of materials in a way that would be very difficult to think of or specify is part of the fun of this, and I'm really enjoying this pack. I'm enjoying how kind of subdued, subtle, conservative it is kind of to the first glance, but how interesting it gets the more that you look at it. Into the back of the panel. Whoa, whoa. And I said that, and now I am really happy, extra happy. I did not catch this at first glance, but jumping into the back panel and the straps, we have multicam black webbing into Kadura 1000D into the LS42. This LS42 accent here at the bottom, it's the chef's kiss. It's so nice. And we have the LS42 at the top of the harness as well. This is a fully adjustable harness, as I've come to expect. Now, I was hesitant at first to actually undo this harness, but I think because it is so interesting in terms of the materials that I'm actually going to take this out to show you guys. And this is a nice touch up here as well. Quick release to the harness. AZO, that's really sweet. Mystery sample packs, they say they're for experimenting, trying new things out. That right there, cutting edge feature, love that. Gonna make swapping harnesses so quick and so fun if that's something you want to do. There we go, I've got this one off, and as you can see, we have the LS42 material, light skin material, kind of over the top edge of the harness. We've got a nice Velcro feel to kind of hold it in place, and then the multicam black webbing to really keep it there at the bottom. To kind of close out the high-level review of this pack, initial assessment, there's just the top handle that remains. Typical D-Gen handle, in this case it's black, and it appears that there's no real kind of external quick access pocket up top. That kind of makes sense given the way that this main compartment opens the other direction. But we do have what appears to be backside laptop access, and we do. So that's pretty fantastic. I honestly wasn't sure about the size of this pack. I've been hesitant to buy some secondhand that are this size because they felt like they might be a little bit small. I can, of course, now that I have this in hand, actually test that out and see whether my trusty camera cube is going to fit this or not. I'm fairly certain that the two of these combined will absolutely not fit. Oh man, that's tight. It's tight. Will it close? I think it will. I think I can get it to work. Maybe? 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 Wow. Nice. So that really fills it out quite nicely. There is still room left over at the top, but overall this size actually is, I think, gonna be usable for everyday carry for me. Now, just for the sake of being comprehensive, you will note that on this pack, unlike many other AZO packs, there are no side water bottle pockets. There isn't any kind of PALS laser cut slots for MOLLE attachments. There are Hypalon loops for compression straps, but I didn't see any compression straps included in this. And this is such a small pack that it doesn't really need any actual compression, so I can't see myself installing any of those in this case. The straps are actually really cool in my opinion. Kind of a little bit over the top. We have this kind of horizontal webbing in addition to the vertical webbing. On the shoulder, I think it's going to make for a really interesting look. We have different kind of D-rings than anything I've seen before. I like the shape of this. I like the shape, I like the feel. The sternum strap is magnetic. Actually, it looks like the same setup to the Pacolab one that I reviewed. So you actually have to make sure you angle it in properly. If you just drop it in like that, it's not actually going to attach correctly. What was used on the Red Dawn? Just a regular strap on the Red Dawn. So this should be a little bit easier and quicker to operate. And I think that about does it for this pack for an initial assessment. Personally, I absolutely love the strap design. I absolutely love the multicam black against the black Kadura with the LS42 light skin material. It's so unique. It's so kind of just over the top, but again, it's subtle. It's a subtle over the top. It doesn't catch your eye right away, but the more you look at it, the more you go, wow, that just looks really nice. Now in terms of the size, even though this pack is smaller, I am actually quite impressed with what it can carry. I can fit all of my everyday carry camera essentials, my big camera cube, an Evergoods Cap 2, and a Philip Robach admin pouch fit pretty easily. It fits quite comfortably, as I expect, very similar to the other AZOs that I have. The backside of the straps have black Durastretch. It is very comfortable as usual, and I think this is going to be an enjoyable trip. I'm going to take this for a walk and I'll come back with my final thoughts. Okay, I took this pack on a nice walk around the neighborhood and I'm here with some final thoughts to close this out. Overall, this pack actually weighs 3 pounds and a fraction of an ounce, which is, I believe, the lightest AZO pack that I have. That's not surprising given that it's also the smallest AZO pack that I have. And as a result, what's also not surprising is that with a fully adjustable harness that's as comfortable as I've come to expect, this is the most comfortable AZO pack that I've ever worn. And I'm sure the weight has something to do with that. The adjustable harness on all AZOs is fantastic, but the other AZO packs that I have, the Ultra Amhara in particular, is quite a heavy pack. Comes in about 50% heavier than this. So when you take the weight out and you still have that comfortable harness, it makes for a very comfortable pack. Now, this is a fun sample pack for me because this is a pack I never would have considered even buying. I saw a sample Mini D-Gen before for sale. I considered getting it. I just didn't think the overall size was actually going to work for me. I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of this kind of square panel in front in terms of a design. I do think in hand, and this is true of all AZO packs, they win you over with how functional, how well built, and how comfortable they are. And now I can see working this into my rotation because it's probably one of the most comfortable packs that I own, period. Absolutely love this thing. In this case, the contrast of the light skin against the black I think actually works really well with this particular design element. Still probably not my favorite, but that's the fun of trying out stuff like this where you get something random, is that you get to experiment and try new things, and I think that's the spice of life. Finishing touches that I didn't even realize that I really like. This hit of MCB at the very top is just a really nice extra attention to detail piece of flair that I did not notice when I first saw this pack. The MCB running through everything with the horizontal webbing and the sternum strap also add to that effect. The only thing I'm not the biggest fan of is the sternum strap. I know that it's magnetic, it should be faster. I just don't like that you have to angle it right to really get it to clip in properly. See if I can show you that up close right there. That is not clipped in properly. It'll still work, but I just like things to work quickly. If they're designed to work quickly, they should just work quickly. You shouldn't have to figure out how to finagle it into the right spot. Very minor gripe, still a fantastic pack. Love AZO, would love to hear what you think about this pack. Drop a comment, let me know. And if you found this video fun and want to see another one, please subscribe to the channel. The video for pack number 2 will be out soon. That's all I've got for pack number 1. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you at the next one soon.